Hello everyone. A couple of weeks ago I announced that I'm going to be starting a new Daphne's Diary series, and I want to make my journal today. I know that a few of you are eagerly awaiting for me to get going with this. Apologies for the delay. I've had my mother-in-law to stay and it's just been a bit busy over the last couple of weeks. So what I am going to do, using the magazine itself, I'm just going to carefully tear off the front and back cover. I know that some of you are probably thinking, oh my goodness me, how can you bear to do that? But you know, we've got to use up these supplies, haven't we? Now I need to make a decision which side I want to use for the cover. You see, that is absolutely beautiful, but so is the other side as well. I think I'm going to use this side because it's got a kind of grainy texture, and I like that better. I've also got a piece of 300 GSM cardstock as well, which I've scored and folded in half, and I'm going to use this to attach the covers to, just to give it a bit more stability, because I think otherwise it would just be a bit thin for my liking. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have this one on the front of my cover. So I am going to score this at, let's have a look, what does this measure? I'm going to score it at 15. And then fold this way, and the reason I'm doing this is just so that I don't end up with any cracking on my spine. So this will go over my piece of paper here, something like this. We can work out how we're going to do it in a second. I also want to do this side here as well, but I need to score in the opposite direction. So I just want to start off by gluing this down. Now, do I want to do the outside? Let's do the outside first. Now, I always like to use two different types of glue. So I'm starting off by adding a good layer of my glue stick here. This is the Pritt stick, which is nice and strong. And then I will also add some of the art glitter glue just around the edges. This just makes it easier to just make sure that it's glued on all surfaces so that we don't end up with any buckling. I just find it quicker as well using a glue stick, and with paper, you know, it's absolutely fine. I am going to sew around the edges as well, so I'm just going to add a good layer of glue stick all over the front of this cardstock. Now that that's done, I'm just going to add some of the art glitter glue just around the edge as well. I hold that up, I don't know whether you can see where I've added my glue. So this is what I'm going to have on the front, and I'm just going to tuck this in here as best as I can. Let me just move that out of the way as well. I can really press inside here just using my bone folder and just make sure that that cover is securely attached. And I'm just going to weight that down underneath a heavy book for a minute or two. I'll need to put some parchment paper inside because of course I've got glue that is probably going to ooze out, and I don't want to glue it shut. So let me just make sure that we've got that well and truly into the crease there, and then I'm just going to set this off to one side. You can see I've already got my front cover down. I've trimmed around the edges as well, and so now I want to glue this in place as well. And I'm just going to weight this down underneath the heavy book as well. And this is what we've got so far. I'm really happy with that. It's really nice and stable. So I'm just going to take this off to the paper trimmer now, and I'm just going to get rid of the excess. Now that I've inked the edges, I just want to apply some burlap just along the spine. I'm just going to apply my glue just down the centre, just like this, and then spread that out with my finger just so that it doesn't bleed through the fabric. Let me just put another piece of parchment paper down just to catch any of the excess glue. So let me just spread that out first, and then stand up to do this so that I make sure that I get it centralised. Just press that down. Let's trim this off, and then I'm going to do the same to the inside as well. Let me just make sure that I have got that in the centre, and this will make it easier now for me to line this up. And then I'm just going to take this off to my sewing machine now, and I'm just going to sew all around the edge like that, and then I can trim the burlap on the spine once I've done that. Now, this is where you get to witness that things on YouTube don't always go to plan. I just cannot get this piece of burlap to stick. I've had it weighted down under various heavy books and it just isn't having any of it. So I've decided I am going to take this apart. I'm going to have to prise it away from the stitching here. So I'm just going to carefully cut these off. It's coming away easier, as you can see on this side here, but because it frays really easily, I should be able to get this off no problem at all. And then I've decided what I'm going to do is cut it down the middle. I'm going to add an extra spine to this because I feel that it's actually going to be a little bit too thick. I'd quite like to have a spine, so call it a happy accident if you like. And what I've done here, I have glued 3 half-inch strips of this piece of paper. It was the same piece of paper that's sandwiched in between the front and back cover. So I've cut that at half an inch, and I'm going to insert that, and you'll see how I do that in a second. I've managed to get the hessian, the burlap off. That's quite neat. So I'm just going to take this off to the paper trimmer. I'm just going to slice down the middle just so that I can insert my spine. Now, of course, I need a way to attach this extra piece of spine, and I found some scrapbooking paper that I thought would go really well. Colour wise, it's just perfect. So I've cut 2 pieces at 1.5 inches, and I think this will give me enough to hold that onto the spine. Now, what I'm going to do to make life easier for myself is I am just going to glue this down. It really doesn't matter which way, so let's just add some glue to this, and you'll see what I'm going to do in a second. You see, there is usually a way to fix things when they go wrong. It happens to absolutely all of us. And I know that a lot of YouTubers would probably edit this part out, but I think it's good for you to see what to do when things like this happen, because they do. And I'm just going to glue this down in the centre. I'm just eyeballing this. There we are. And then what I'll be able to do is just attach my spine, just leaving a very, very small gap. So I'm just going to apply the glue here like this. I'm spreading it out with my finger as well, just for more even coverage. Going right to the very, very edge. I can trim the ends off. You can see that I've cut this longer than it needs to be. Let me just move that over just so that I don't end up with glue where I don't want it. And I'm just going to leave a really small gap, butt this up. You've got a bit of wiggle room. Here we are. That should do fine. Let's just move this down just a little bit. You need a gap because otherwise you won't be able to fold your pages. And I'll do the same on the other side. And then let's apply the other cover. Getting there. So I've stuck the other piece on the other side, and what I'm going to do now is just find the fold line and just really gently score along that crease there and on the other side as well. Don't be too heavy-handed about this because you'll end up ripping your paper. So now I should be able to get that to fold up. Let's just press it really gently, and there we go. Now I can tell that this is not going to stick very well either, so I'm just going to take this back off to the sewing machine. I'm going to add another line of stitching just across the top here and down the sides. In fact, I'll do it on this side so that the neater edge is on the front of the cover. I can breathe a sigh of relief. This has turned out absolutely beautifully. I love the addition of the stitching. It looks so much nicer than it did before. I'm really, really happy with this. What I do want to add is some of these tiny gold book corners. So what I'll do is just squirt a tiny amount of glue just into the inside of these. These are really small, so it's quite hard to get the nozzle in. You just want a little tiny bit just to hold it in place. And then I've got my jewellery pliers, so I'm just going to squeeze these into position, and this will just stop my corners getting all raggedy, which of course is the area that gets the most wear and tear. So I'm just squeezing these on. I can get rid of any of the excess glue. I've put far too much on, as you can see, but I can just wipe that off, and I'm going to add one of these to the other three corners. So there we have it. The corners are now glued on. Really happy with that. Don't they look pretty? Really shiny. I'm happy with the way that they look. Of course, I need to add my signature as well. I just want a single signature in this journal here, and I want to have a think about what I want to use for that. It'll be a mixture of the pages from the magazine and perhaps, you know, a couple of other pages from elsewhere as well. So I'll come back and do that as a part 2. But this journal is just so substantial. I am really happy with this. So it's more of a hardback journal. Really pleased with it. So I hope you're looking forward to following along with this series, and that this has given you some ideas as to how to go about creating your journal cover. I am really happy with mine. As I've said, I'll hopefully be back tomorrow with video number 2, showing how I add my signatures and what I decide to use for the pages. And then hopefully we can get creating in it sometime next week. But if you've enjoyed this video, as always, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. But most importantly, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.